Hello, this video is inspired by my good friend Sophie Beatty, and she did a video on her channel about epilepsy and following your dreams. So go subscribe to our channel. I'll put a link in the description box below. This video is going to be unscripted and it's going to be basically my story of how I got diagnosed with epilepsy. Basically my story begins when I was 23 and my first ever fit happened on the day of the general election in 2015. Can't remember the exact date, but I know that it was in May, and it was a Thursday obviously, and basically it was a very stressful week at Ducks. And what had happened was, I think it was like I was there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Saturday, and it was around about the time when Spectrum was just getting set up and we were checking out the venue at Northern Stage, and it was like, it was a big space where Spectrum do their thing. It's stage 3. If it's in Newcastle, sort of like where the uni is, and basically, you know, we played games and everything, and we went, you know, like it all was all good and everything, and then I think I was having loads of coffee that day, and then I think we had a Costa, and then I went home to do me voting for the general election, and obviously I voted Labour. And I remember coming back from the place at my mum's, because this was before I'd registered my voting to be at Heaton and not Wide Open. I bought my mum out something, and then all I remember is going black. And the next thing I remember is waking up in the ambulance, and that was my first ever fit. And I was quite scared at that point. I was like, what the hell? How the hell have I just had a fit? And I was like crying my eyes out and thinking, what the hell's going on? I mean, obviously you're not going to know what the hell's going on with something like that, do you? Then my second fit happened about 2 weeks later, and what had happened was the night before I had went to my friend Laura's, me, Laura, Phoebe, and I think there might have been someone called Kate, I can't remember, but this was sort of like May, June time, and what had happened was I had been drinking the night before, and we went to bed like early-ish, I would say, and then we got home like back to here, and then what had happened was, all I remember is trying to put clothes away with Phoebe. She was talking to us, I sat down for 5 minutes, and the feeling that when you have a fit, it was sort of like, you feel like you're not there, you know, when you've had a few drinks, and you feel like you're just not with it. It's sort of like that, but like 10 times worse. And all I remember is after that, like I said, when I sat down, I remember having the fit, and then Phoebe shouted for Wayne. Oh, Wayne, Phoebe, Wayne, Jess is having a fit, Jess is having a fit. And Wayne ran downstairs, literally probably like whatever, and then like the one thing to do when someone has a fit is to time the fit, and apparently my fit was more than about 78 minutes, and if it gets to 78 minutes you've got to ring for an ambulance. And again, I was in the ambulance. There was one where I had a fit in a car, and my then boyfriend must have gotten really frightened, and it just, I think all I remember is having the fit, and then having the seatbelt on, and then just having the fit, and then waking up from the fit, and then like going to the walk-in stand, and I was just like, what the hell's just happened? They pretty much just went and said, oh, we're going to make you an appointment and stuff like that. And yeah, it's just, they said in the consultant room, like, oh, you've got epilepsy. And I went and took them up until about September, October 2015. And then I remember this was one of the worst fits I've ever had. Like, it was around, yeah, basically I think I had about 7 or 8 fits in a row, and believe you me, when you've had a fit, all you want to do is sleep after it. I think I slept for about a day straight, but this one was just like the worst one out of the lot of them, and it just got to the point where they thought I wasn't going to come out of them, and that's the part that scared me the most. And that's when they said, we're going to have to put you on 2 doses of Keppra twice a day. And I thought, what? And I just thought, you know, it's just a big adjustment being told that you're having to take more tablets. That big major fit in like October, September 2015, they basically decided to put me on a waiting list for, what's it called? The test where they put a load of like thingies in my hair. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is that time when I spent 4 days in hospital with 19 wires coming out of my head, and it was like the hottest day of the year. Obviously it was the video telemetry test. Previously I didn't know what it was called, but now I remember because I'm not as distracted. But I'll never ever forget them 4 days. I made a whole vlog about it, so I might as well just link the vlog, because I was that bored in the 4 days that I was there that I made a vlog. Actually, I made about 6 or 7 videos when I was there, I think. That's probably me over exaggerating, but you know what I mean? Who cares? It's all good. But, you know, it was a very strange 4 days. Felt like I was just spaced out when I got back. You know, like, it just made us think like how like lucky I am to have the NHS. But, you know, I had my own room, I had my own ensuite bathroom and everything like that. Well, I wouldn't say bathroom, it was a sink. Couldn't wash my hair for 4 days. Worse than what it is now. Like, I was just going for regular checkups and checking everything was okay. I think I might have had like a couple of absences in between all of that, and maybe like a couple in my sleep. And if I have a fit in my sleep, or if I have a fit in general, normally like bite my tongue, and sometimes I've bitten it so badly that I end up with a lisp, so I will be speaking like that for a few days. So like, alright, okay, I'll describe it here. So that this probably isn't even focused, but that part of the tongue basically just ends up being totally like swollen and everything like that. The type of fits that I have, I think, are called tonic-clonic seizures, and we're called petit mals and grand mals as well, but they keep on changing the names. So I also have absences as well, where I could just be staring into space and not knowing what the hell's going on, and literally a minute could feel like an hour in my brain. Like, I could just be sat there just staring into space without any explanation, you know. But it's just one of those things, really, you know. My camera decided to go flat, so you're stuck with the webcam videos again. Right, anyway, I was going on about things that I can't do as an epileptic. I can go swimming, but I've got to be careful. You know, I love swimming. I can't go on fast rides as much. I can't, like, drink as much, but if I'm careful, I'm fine. Basically, what I'm trying to say is there is still a lot of things that I can do with epilepsy. I just have to be careful. But you know, it's not the best, you know, neurological disability to have. Try to say that when you're drunk. No, but you know what I mean. So basically, having epilepsy is in a way good and in a way bad. The good being because it makes me stronger as a person. It makes us realise that when I need to unwind and not stress out, because it makes it worse. And it makes me aware that absolutely anyone can get it at any age. You don't have to be born with epilepsy in order to have it. I'm proof of that. I was 23 when I had that. I'm coming up 26. So, you know what I mean? 2 years I've had epilepsy. And it was a shock, but, you know, it's just one of those things, really. You know, I can't change history. If I could rewrite time, I could, but, you know. And the bad points, you know, there's not much awareness of epilepsy. There's so many different types of epilepsy that some haven't even been discovered. They don't quite know what causes my epilepsy yet. But adding to the fact that I've got diabetes and epilepsy, most of mine is probably caused by diet. And I am working towards getting everything sorted with that, but it is a long road into getting it all sorted, but I'm getting there. So if you do have epilepsy, just remember that you're strong. And actually that was the wrong way. There we go. Yeah! I'll edit that bit. Yay! Go everyone. I don't even know.